Good morning, everyone, and good to see you. Let me begin by thanking NATPE for inviting Sator to be here. My name is Chris Martin. I'm a co-founder and the president of Sator.io Corporation. Sator is a new type of television audience growth platform built on blockchain with turnkey NFT capabilities for TV. We'll come back to Sator later. I'm here to share knowledge from the engineering trenches of NFTs, blockchain, crypto, and the metaverse. Have you heard? The metaverse is replacing the internet, and we're all going to live there soon. Raise your hand if you've heard the term metaverse maybe more than you'd like lately. So what's a few more times? What is the metaverse? A 3D virtual world inhabited by avatars of real people was the original definition in '92 when the phrase was coined. You can go deeper in the taxonomy of online world being a digital space, whether text or 3D, versus multiverse, multiple worlds connected with a network, maybe with different themes and rule sets, versus metaverse, which in this context would be a multiverse interoperable with the real world. And conversely, a simple and silly description of the metaverse I've heard is like a magical Zoom meeting. So whatever definition you like, the term metaverse signifies a break from present-day internet protocols and reminds us of the enormity of change and opportunity for disruption. And metaverse ideas overlap somewhat with Web3, decentralized internet services provided over blockchain, and blockchain we'll come back to as well. Because what I bet you're all wondering now is, doesn't the metaverse somehow have something to do with NFTs, and what exactly are NFTs and why do they matter? NFTs record the virtual ownership of a specific good. These unique blockchain data units, NFTs, are tokens that are not interchangeable or fungible with one another. They are in fact defined by their rareness and distinctiveness, hence we call them non-fungible. And sometimes the best way to understand non-fungible is in contrast to the now more than 11,000 tokens out there that are fungible. Ethereum, for instance, is interchangeable with any other Ethereum. One Sator token is interchangeable with any other Sator token, and the same goes for Bitcoin, which, by the way, was created 12 years ago now. So kids born in the last decade will not know a world without tokenization. NFTs come in many forms: video, image, rights, access, songs. In fact, trying to name something that can't be NFT'd would be difficult. We could NFT this podium, your water, all the advertising on your network. This is why the NFT market grew over 6,000% since 2020. It's now over $3.5 billion in market cap for NFTs, and last month in October, the trading volume topped $15 billion. Hasbro, Playboy, McDonald's, WWE, Reddit, Disney, The Economist, and our friends at Viacom have all entered the NFT space. Are NFTs a bubble? You betcha, and so is Bitcoin at $1,000. NFT enabled digital scarcity that no one can violate gives all ownership and transfer rights to the owners of the NFTs. This financial architecture will come in handy in creating and transferring virtual goods in the television metaverse that lies ahead of us. NFT strategy and decision-making is likely to come in your purview if it hasn't already. This comes with a laundry list of factors to consider, so I'm going to share a helpful lens that we used at Sator's in-house NFT studios to help our TV partners frame their decisions when it comes to NFTs. First, think of these three buckets: art, utility, format. Art, utility, format. In your art bucket of decisions, artistic determinations, you may decide style, theme, character versus scenes. Perhaps certain items or concepts integral to a particular show would come to mind. Aesthetically, creative marketing teams may think about visual appeal, artistic merit, compelling collectability, and special meaning for a superfan. In this art bucket, you decide things like video versus still, image versus graphic design, use of song, and so on. Those are all artistic decisions you can think about when you start to think about minting collections of NFTs for content. The second bucket I mentioned is the utility bucket of rights. And in NFT speak, we call this utilities. And what rights or utilities you might embed into the NFTs can make them more enticing, successful, and collectible. Within this utility bucket, you think of practical usability. So what can the NFT do? It could do things. It could be a profile pic. It could unlock something for the holder. And you can also think of actual rights in the traditional sense. Does it entitle you to something in the physical world? Maybe something from set. You can even NFT naming a character. We did this for the Hold On for Dear Life TV comedy series. Utility is fascinating. It really is, because it marks the forefront of NFT pioneering at this time. And exploring unique potentiality of TV-based NFTs is arguably the most exciting blue ocean facing both industries. Okay, so bucket one, you've made your art decisions. Bucket two, utility decisions. Bucket three is format decisions. A bit more straightforward. Number of NFTs, price. Some common formats are rare, one of one at a high price, or large amounts, maybe 1,000 and different versions of an NFT at a lower price. And will that price be fixed or an auction? There's reasons to choose one or the other. And most importantly, in format decisions, which blockchain and marketplace to mint onto. And that the blockchain and marketplace are often intertwined, since most marketplaces are built on and thereby limited to a particular blockchain. Ethereum, Polkadot, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, Sator are all prominent marketplaces that require minting onto their native chain. As you can tell now, NFTs are created on blockchains, and there's that word again, blockchain. Blockchain is changing the way we do everything, from IP and banking to supply chains to content. Blockchain use cases are innumerable, and fundamentally, blockchain is simply a data storage technique, like a spreadsheet, a collection of records, an electronic database. A key difference is that a blockchain is maintained by a network rather than centralized, making it tamper-proof, more advanced, and more secure. In this decentralized ledger tech, miners solve cryptographic challenges to propose the next block for which they get rewarded, and the next block is then chained to the previous block as a record. Cryptocurrencies, and who has any crypto? This question is actually old. It's sort of like our kids have crypto now, right? Cryptocurrencies are the digital currencies that use blockchain as a ledger to keep track of transactions. Cryptos convey value, they incentivize, they pay for transactions within these networks. And the networks can vary from one another. Some are faster, some have lower fees, some can accommodate more transactions per second. So these nuances are important when you're crafting strategy. For instance, if your audience is only offered NFTs ERC20 on Ethereum network, they're subjected to outrageously high gas fees. That's the fee for moving crypto around. At the end of the day, there are different advantages to different blockchains and maybe no need to be beholden to any one in particular. So I'll share an analogy that you can think about NFT marketplaces and blockchain similar to the way we think about global content distribution rights matrix, in that there are ways to carve out specific deals that complement and optimize one another to ultimately drive success of the content for its rights holders. Yes, in fact, NFT revenues are expected to grow as large as licensing revenues for every content library or piece of content. That's the potential that's on the table. Look at total crypto market cap yesterday. It exceeded $3 trillion. And despite liquid markets' price volatility, fundamental growth has been consistent and has arrived to an astounding level. Venmo, PayPal, Starbucks, MasterCard, Visa, Tesla, Walmart, Microsoft, Expedia, Sotheby's, Twitter are all opted into crypto. Therefore, let's ask the question, what's crypto's upside potential for TV streamers? The opportunity for TV interactions to become more multidimensional is one of the most compelling things crypto embodies. What if viewers could hold tokens related to their favorite shows to deepen their connection with the content? Exceedingly important when content is primarily monetized via subscriptions. And wouldn't it be amazing if crypto could expand linear content into a more immersive experience in order to obtain and retain subscribers, which is paramount? At Sator, we've figured out how crypto can do just that, providing crypto cash back to subscribers in return for their proof of engagement in the content. Sator also lets new subscribers discover TV content perusing NFTs. Whether lean back or participation TV, streaming content ecosystems stand to benefit from the broad alignment of interests that crypto achieves. The takeaway is streamers who learn how to leverage crypto, blockchain, and NFTs will gain subscribers, hours watched, and market share from those who don't. As media and entertainment leaders operate in a landscape now permanently changed by the pandemic and consumers have adopted new habits, while industry challenges intensify, Ernst & Young finds that the majority of executives believe they can no longer rely on traditional models for future growth, highlighting the imperative for strategic reinvention. The impacts of COVID have accelerated long-running secular challenges, cord cutting, fading event attendance, streaming growth, and focus increasingly on the price-value relationship influencing consumer decision-making and media spend. Bold steps can reposition companies to align with new market realities. I have some good news for you. The metaverse needs massive amounts of content for the users. And I understand some of you might be in the content business. Your prospects look more than promising. As your content intersects with rapidly maturing technologies I've discussed, there's a lot for you to think about, a lot of potential upside, as well as pitfalls to avoid. Mainly, I've shared the positive progress of this new tech. However, like the boom of the internet, there are risks. Scams, bad codes, cybersecurity issues not seen before, custody practicalities, new legal standards, and good old-fashioned shortage of experienced talent. While there's no magic bullet, I'll share with you one pro tip. Partner with Sator. Engineered specifically for television, Sator secures turnkey NFT monetization at scale, wrapped in audience growth and retention mechanisms built on the blockchain to thrive in the metaverse. In conclusion, TV's metaverse gold rush has begun. The picks and shovels are blockchain and NFTs. Sator exists to help our TV partners stake their claims. Currently curating content for 2022, Sator welcomes partnership opportunities to grow your audience and NFT revenues. That was 10 minutes, so we have 5 minutes for Q&A. And I think we have a first question right here.
Can you give us an example of something you've implemented?
Yes, on the Sator platform? Sure. Right now, Welcome to Rockville Festival in Daytona Beach is kicking off. There are realms of games in the Sator app, which you could download right now if you like. And the fans get to play the games, they earn crypto tokens, and then they can buy NFTs of VIP passes for next year, or a guitar, or a meet and greet. That's happening right now.
So how does that monetization work? If you could walk us through that, that would be
Sure. The content rights holders instantly receive tokens into their digital wallet when the fans purchase NFTs. So it's a new revenue stream of NFT sales for the content rights holders. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
How, if at all, does this, two-part question, does this align with what classic advertising revenue, the role it plays in programming and in creating content and in paying for content? And what do you think the conservative timeline is from now to a more recognizable metaverse being in the everyday life of the viewer and consumer?
Yeah, great question. In terms of advertising, these type of additional audience engagement platforms can extend the advertiser reach for the content. So the gamifications, in our case, can simply include the advertisers that are part of that content. So say a sporting event, let's say ESPN has a series that has opted in on Sator for audience growth and NFTs. Some of those games could involve and feature the visuals and the brands of their advertisers. So they can decide what they'd like to include. And then simply growing your audience should be a good metric to increase potential advertising revenue. As a larger answer to the question, NFT revenues have the same potential as advertising or licensing in terms of how significant they are to overall content success. And then Metaverse timing, we're in the very earliest of innings. It really wasn't a part of the general discourse in crypto and blockchain even a year ago. And so this is, as I call it, the gold rush. It is really the time where real estate is very literally being virtually divvied up in the metaverse. And again, the metaverse can be any number of things. You could have a metaverse. Our metaverses could connect. We can call it all the metaverse. But it is just simply the way, I think, to encapsulate our thoughts of how we leverage the new technology for our content in the future. It's very early. 3 years from now, I think it will be important and more front of mind for consumers. It's sort of one step beyond VR, and you can kind of look at where VR has arrived as a metric. Mm-hmm.
The cryptocurrency that you're talking about that we earn as for watching, is that something that we can transfer to our wallet? And
that's correct.
simple as that?
Yes, so the Sator token is an ERC20 token as well as an SPL token. And we engineer at the very cutting edge of where blockchain has arrived so far. Multi-chain, I didn't touch on because I didn't want to overwhelm. Multi-chain is when a token exists on multiple blockchains. So Sator leverages the scalability of Solana. That's why it can accommodate global TV audiences, because Solana is fast and cheap. And then it also allows you to move around to all your ERC20 wallets. So you could move your Sator tokens to an ERC20 wallet, go sell them on Uniswap. You could buy them on Uniswap, transfer them into your Sator app because you saved up for your favorite HBO NFT that you want to buy inside the app. So that's right. You can earn them, move them around, sell them, send them, stake them. You can stake them in the app as well. Mm-hmm.
As I really struggle to embrace the new paradigm, and I'm really trying my best. My question is how accessible is, I'm a content creator, so if I give it to you, how accessible is it going to be to everyone else, and how exclusive? So it just...
Sure. That's a great question. Sator is a non-exclusive platform at the moment, so your content can exist anywhere that you distribute it normally, and your rights agreement with Sator is more like a digital marketing right that you grant Sator, and that you acknowledge Sator will mint NFTs that will be sold with the proceeds dropping into your digital wallet.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Trying to embrace it. We know it's the way. We know,
Yeah.
Everything is going here, especially with Bitcoin. So.
Absolutely. Yes, we're trying to make it as easy as possible. Great questions, everyone. All right, that's the end. Thank you so much.
I know there were more questions, but I'm sorry we're running